Good morning.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, Rich. Morning, Susan. Hi, Brittany, Rachel. I don't know who DI is. Who's DI?
Let's dive from, I think, over by the lake.
Oh,
Yep. It's Di from the lake.
oh, hi, Di from the lake.
Hi.
How many of you guys are using Facebook right now in Command?
I am, but I'm not completely sold on it. I mean, I'm getting a bunch of people that are hitting it, and I'm getting the leads, but the information I'm getting from them are, it's not accurate. The phone number's not accurate, or the email's not accurate.
Well, that's up to Facebook to, are you using the Facebook form?
I'm using the Facebook off of Command, going that way.
No, but I mean the Facebook form in Command. I'll show you.
Yeah.
Because that's supposed to be matching their Facebook page, which is definitely accurate. So we'll look at that.
So, for instance, last night, I had one. Let me find her.
Well, what I think we ought to do is look and see what I'll go through it, and then you see if you're actually setting your Facebook up the same way. Because it does make a huge difference the way you set it up.
So, for instance, I had a lead come in by the name of Kathy Johnson. And I copied and pasted her email address that was on the screen for Command. And she manipulated her email by changing the O to an I. So when I sent it out, it came back that it was a mail demon. There's no such address. So I said, I never seen someone with the last name of Johnson instead of Johnson. So I changed it to an O and I mailed it and it went through. It didn't come back.
My question is, did you, in the Facebook setup from Command, did you use the Facebook form?
Let me see. I believe so. I had to go right.
Granddaughter's calling from Italy. Grandpa, are you home? She's calling on Alexa.
You should take that call. We can talk and take 5 minutes and say hello to your granddaughter.
My wife's talking to her.
Okay. Aww.
I'll get her this weekend. So I guess we got enough people to start. Hey, Cheryl, you wanted to show some things first?
Yes, give me just a minute. I'm trying to make sure I am logged in correctly, and then
I like the background.
Thank you. Virtual, yes.
Georgie, Cheryl, you see mine?
Very nice, yeah.
The Georgia Bulldog. I figured you'd like that.
I do indeed. All right, let's see. I'm having trouble getting in this. Let's see.
You just want to go to share screen.
No, I'm looking at something different.
Oh.
Yeah, there we go. Hold on a second.
Cheryl, you look so pretty this morning.
This is when I actually have makeup on. And yes, I still need a haircut desperately, but banana clips or whatever they're called these days. Banana clips, I guess, show my age, but.
I know what they are.
Okay, so I wanted to tell you guys a little bit about Red Day, and we're going to talk. Hope and Teresa and I have a meeting later this afternoon where we will iron out more details. But there's one thing I wanted to make you aware of sooner than later, because it's time sensitive and it requires your action between now and Sunday. And it's very simple. But I wanted to go through it so that everybody has a chance to see what I'm talking about, and we can do it together. So if you will pull up your browser of choice, and Dan, I can share screen. Let's see.
Yeah, at the bottom, share screen.
Yeah, share. Okay. So can y'all see my painted red?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So type in paintitred.tech in your browser, and we'll just do this together. So let me tell you what this is. This is the Regional Tech Director's initiative to provide an online component for Red Day so that everybody can participate in some way, even if people don't feel comfortable going out and doing some things. And we'll have some other opportunities as well that we'll talk about next week, maybe in Coffee Talk, but we're finalizing those today. But paintitred.tech, and you'll see on the if you're not there, if you can't see it, raise your hand or put it in the chat maybe, so we can. And Dan, you'll have to moderate because I can do just a few things here and there. Can't. But if you can't get there, don't see it, put it in the chat box that you need help. So what the tech directors have done for us is a way to recognize local businesses and support them, because we all know businesses have been hit hard. So the first step of that is to submit a local business for review. And so that's what they want everybody to do, at least one. Initially, they said only one, but now they've said you can do several, however you want. And please note, this is not a time to promote ourselves. So please don't submit yourself for review. But if you can see, you scroll down, so you have to do that portion by Sunday, May 3rd. And I'll show you how to do that. And then they'll take the following week. Next week, they'll go in and they'll build something. I don't know the details of that. I haven't been a part of the call. I just saw it. And then starting the Monday of Red Day week or Red Week, they'll have everything built out so that we can go online, I think here, versus going to another platform and highlight and create some reviews for our local businesses. So this is a way to share love with local businesses and maybe help other people go there as well, to be determined. I don't know what it's all going to look like. Okay, so that's the first part. So if you go to think about a local business, and I'm just going to open up another browser real quick, and I'm going to type in White Brick House in Forest. And I'm going to see if I can find, I'm going to go to their Yelp page, if they have a Yelp page. Yep, there they do. And it's opening up this. And you'll see that this is the Yelp. So when you think about, there are a couple of steps. So think about a local business that you would like to highlight, and you can have several. And so what you want to do is, in your browser, you can type in Yelp and then the business name, and then it will pull up. You can see at the top of this, I'm pointing to my screen, which you guys can't see. But you'll see here in the browser, it says Yelp.com and then some other things. And then it says White Brick House Forest, right? So just do copy, Control-C to copy that. And then we're going to go back to our tab that says Submit a Review Request. And we're going to type in our region, which is Virginia. Select a category. Health, medical, pets. Okay, so we're just going to say other because it's retail. I don't know why that's not in there, but it doesn't matter. Okay, and then we're going to type in your email address and click next. Everybody see that? Seems pretty straightforward. What's the name of the business? White Brick House. And I don't know if it matters that the is in the title, but anyway. So then they're going to ask you for the address. So I'm going to go back here. Okay, and I'm going to copy the address. Okay, I went too far. So just the street address and then Forest, Virginia. And then it's going to ask you for their Yelp URL. So then you go back to the page, copy it, paste it, click send. That's it. Okay. So think of local businesses that you have that have been, some of you guys might like to do Fifth and Federal or, you know, El Jefe or Pandora's Closet, or doesn't always have to just be a restaurant, right? Think about like Blooms by Doyle's, things, businesses that we know would benefit from having a flood of great reviews when things open back up. That's going to be beneficial for them. So again, go to paintitred.com or .tech, paintitred.tech. Sadly, if you want to submit more than one, you have to go back every time to paintitred.tech and then click on submit a review and then just follow the steps. So you'll need the Yelp page, the business name, and the address of the business, submit it, and then we'll come back the week of May 11th through 16th and add reviews for those businesses. Any questions about that?
No?
This is great. This is a wonderful way to, you know, represent all of our small businesses. I love it. We can put as many as we want.
Yes. And remember, this part is just for us, for agents to go in and do this. I don't know, but I wonder if during the week of Red Week, we'll be able to share this with other people to have them review local businesses. I don't know that for a fact. I have lots of speculations about how this might be used in the future in some way, but for now, I think it's just a great way to make an impact.
Cheryl, I'm on the Yelp page for my local business, and it's, how do I copy that over? It's not actually.
Okay, so who's your business, Susan?
Gray's Restaurant on 5th Street.
Is it EY?
GREY''S.
All right, so I'm going to click on this. Let me just look, and there it is. So you see it's yelp.com/biz Grace Lynchburg. Is that what you're seeing?
No, I thought I
URL?
copied it up in the browser to get the URL, so no.
No, look in the URL right here. Do you see that?
The URL, I don't see you. I don't see your screen.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Does anybody else see my screen?
I see it.
Yeah?
Huh. Okay, Susan, so in your browser,
Yep.
what URL do you see?
Grace/62 photos and 52.
Okay, so here's, instead of doing Grays at the front end, just go to the beginning of your browser. Just put the mouse at the beginning.
Oh, no. I thought if I clicked on the little Yelp sign, that would help, but it doesn't.
So type in, when you're doing your search,
Yeah.
new search, type in Yelp first and Yelp, then Grace Lynchburg, and that should be the first thing. Well, I don't know, but
Yeah, it came up.
and
Oh, now I got it.
you
Okay.
see?
Yeah.
Okay, so your search should always, or the business URL should always say yelp.com biz and then the business name. So copy that and then put it in the paint it red URL.
So it says google.com search Yelp plus gray. Do you think that's it?
No.
Okay.
So go into your, not your search bar, but your URL bar.
Yeah.
Okay, and type in Yelp
Yep.
Grays Lynchburg. Yelp Grays Lynchburg
Right.
and enter.
Yeah, I got the same.
Well, why don't we just
We can talk
go
later.
separately?
Copy and paste it and put it in the chat bar, I guess.
Yeah, yeah, that's a great idea. Okay, Susan, I'm gonna put it here. And then you can just copy it and put it in there. And I'll show you separately. We'll do this. We'll take a look afterwards. I don't know what you were doing. You'll have to share your screen later. We can do that. Okay. Good?
I guess.
So Cheryl, what if are you supposed to ask permission for them to do this, or and if they do find out, what are we supposed to tell them? Like, are we piggybacking off them
No,
basically,
I mean,
or how?
no, we don't have to ask for, well, and obviously we're not going to highlight companies for whom we would do a bad review, right?
Right.
So your favorite businesses, you don't have to ask. No one ever has to ask to write a review for a business, right, on a website.
Okay.
You don't have to ask. Now, when it's all said and done, you can say, hey, we did this, or, that might be some component of what they have rolling out. I don't know. This is at least just an easy first step that I'm talking right to you in my chat box, and I'm probably looking like cross-eyed. I just realized. But you don't have to ask. And then I guess when it's all said and done, you can tell them and celebrate that they have some great reviews.
Okay.
Good. paintitred.tech. Okay.
Are you back?
I'm off.
All right, so if anybody has any questions, we can go over it one-on-one
Yes.
and try to get you up to speed. Everyone kind of mute your voices unless you're talking, because we've got a lot of people on here and it'll get real interesting. So why don't we get right into it? Can you raise your hand if you are currently using Command Facebook? Rachel is.
Hang on, I have to figure out how to raise my hand.
Cheryl is.
Okay.
Rich is.
All right. All right. So let's go into it and let's just, for everything I explained to you about Command Facebook, there's probably a video already. In fact, I know there are videos and trainings already out there. I'm going to share my screen. There are, come on, there we go. One of the guys that I like the best is Jay. And this is his explanation of the same thing I'm going to show you today. His is an hour long. Let's hope mine can be a little bit shorter today to just get you in the right direction. But there are a lot of videos. If you go to YouTube, at least 5 or 6 people, not counting Leroy or Scott Leroy or Leroy Scott, whatever it is, have actually touched on this subject. So my way is not the only way. That's what I'm trying to tell you. There are you've got to experiment with it and see what works for you. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go right here into campaigns. And, you know, we can do a whole review and a whole class on email, on direct mail, on social posts. But today we're really going to focus on paid ads. Okay? And it's going to pop up and populate here. Well, I've got several of them that have been completed. And by the way, I have sold one house off of Command Facebook. Out in Hurt, I could not get any traction on any other advertising that I did. And I finally said, oh, well, what the heck? And I started advertising my Facebook, Command Facebook, down in North Carolina, because I had heard that a lot of the people in Hurt were transports from North Carolina. And so I said, well, what the heck? I'll just run some down there to see if it worked. And I actually got a phone call that weekend. Said, well, we've been looking up there. We didn't know this was available. We have an agent. And I wanted to tell them, well, we better get another one. But anyway, so I want to create a new ad. And then I'm going to switch over to some I've already got set up. So if you start over here in the far right-hand corner, we're going to create a new ad. Now, you have direct mail, email, search ad, social post. Today, we're going to do a social ad. And we're going to enter a campaign. This is going to be called Test Class. This is only a name for you. It doesn't show up on any of your advertising. So we have a bunch of options here. Are we going to advertise a listing, advertise multiple listings, attract listings, attract talent if you're trying to build a team, brand awareness if you just want to build up your brand, event awareness if you're going to do an event, attract buyers, and if it's anything else, slip it under. Right now, we're going to just attract buyers because we need some leads. Now, I will tell you this, right here, you can click Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram all at once. I'm going to tell you something that I've tested. Whenever I've switched and done Facebook and Instagram together, my leads have not turned out as good. So the next time I try this, I'm just going to run an A/B test so that I do Facebook one and then do the same ad on Instagram and see what the difference is. But today we're going to focus only on Facebook. And if I can get all my pictures out of the way. Oh, these are internally in the way. I'm going to hit setup. Okay. Now, this is a really important step. So now you're in the Facebook ad section and we're going to add a listing. And as soon as it comes up, this is the only listing I have. Because I'm not really out there selling every day like you are. But I don't have to advertise this particular one. So what you want to do is over here on the right-hand side, you want to select all listings. Now this is everybody in the United States, believe it or not. So we might want to narrow that down. One, which you can just type in the address, of course, property address. The MLS number brings it down some. are the listing agents. So let's just type in, if I wanted to run one of Teresa's, because Teresa said we could use hers as many times as we wanted, as long as she got the money. She didn't care. Did you say that, Teresa?
Of course.
So I'm just going to run Dan Calloway, and I'm going to search it, and there's my ad. Hey, there's a lot of Dan Callaways. I need to go visit them. So this is an ad. So I'm just going to select it. You must select that way. And from there, when it comes up, you see right here, you should really only have a maximum of like 2 lines. And you really, so Revel in the Mountain Life, well, here I could just put an emoji. Right now, all of my productivity agents are laughing at me because I'm talking about emojis. So you could do a wood burning fireplace. So you could say wood burning. How about burning? So you can really get I'll just put a smiley in there for right now. So you can really get, spiff it up really well with emojis. And according to Facebook, emojis really drive a Facebook ad. Why? I don't know. It's against my better judgment as a business owner to put emojis, but
People are
say it
visual,
does.
that's why.
Pardon?
People are visual in marketing.
Well, I guess they can't read, so. So one of the things, the next thing you want to do, now this should really be kept to 2 lines. I've got 3, but it really should be kept. The one thing you don't want to do when the scripting is too long, you're going to see ... Shorten it up, because the statistics say that people will not click on it and go down, and they just leave. They're very, very short mindset. Okay, so headline. Teresa, what would you put as a headline?
I would put mountain home on 11.92 acres, or 1 level mountain home on 11.92 acres. Just something simple and to the point, because that's what they're going to look for. They have a short attention span. Yeah, take out the home up in front of mountain. There you go.
Okay. All right. Here, they said you really don't want, and this, by the way, is your headline. The left side is your worksheet. The right side is your preview of what this is going to look like in your ad right here. So this is the headline right there that you just typed in. This is the description. Over here, really the only thing you want to do is like click more to see info. You don't really want much more right there, because all you want them to do is click, and I'll show you why they're saying that. And I learned this from trial and error and from from the classes one-on-ones. So we've got our logo. The other thing that they're saying in Facebook is you don't necessarily want multiple pictures, because if people look at them, they will not continue to go and connect their name. They'll look at the pictures and leave. Now, this is not the most
So,
attractive
Dan,
picture.
I have a question. Do we have to have the front of the house picture like you do in LAR, or can you just put like a beautiful kitchen picture, or just put a mountain picture, or just
You
put a
can
lake
put-
water photo?
Yeah, you can put whatever picture you want.
Okay.
And I was going to show you what I would do is, well, this has got a really pretty kitchen. So you can preview it and crop it, or just save the image. And what I would do is get this image and delete it. And so now you've got a really, it looks dark, but it isn't. But you've got a really beautiful picture of a nice kitchen. And, but they say not to add multiple pictures because they'll look at the pictures and then leave.
We're losing you, Dan.
You're losing me?
Mm-hmm.
Video or visual or,
Voice
oh, I don't know why. Oh,
is pausing.
well, I guess we got bad connections. So they default the logo position to the right. I would leave it there. You do want to include the ownership statement. That just protects Teresa. So now we want to configure the channels. Well, watch the logo right here on the right. Watch it change. So now it's making it my page. And you see this right here on the left. Use Facebook lead generation form. Please use that because that really makes a difference. And up here, you really want this ad media. You really want this, you really want this statement, which I didn't do. You really want that to match the bottom one down here with Facebook. Learn more. So I need to go back up and change it because I couldn't remember the wording. Something like that would do. I'm just going to make it match here so they don't get confused. Now your follow-up and your destination page, now you can do this. You can do this 100 different ways. You can use the MLS page. I don't like that. You can use Market Leader creates a single page, which is a good destination page. You can create a landing page inside of Command. And
Hey, Dan, I
Yes.
just want to ask a question, only because the rest of us aren't as smart as you are.
uh-huh.
How do you create your destination page?
Well, I'm going to create one here. I'm going to go into, if I can get this out of my way, I'm going to go into Market Leader, and I'll just show you one way to do it.
First, you can tell us how you have all those cool tabs over there.
I got tired of looking down lists. So this is your dashboard of eEdge, our market leader. And I'm going to look at listings. And I'm going to market my listings. And notice this house comes up. And you see right here where it says, create single page website. Market Leader does it automatically for you. So here's the single page with all the appropriate pictures. There's 69 pictures in here. And on this one, you can actually go in and it pulls it from the MLS. So it's hard to change it and get a pretty picture on it. But again, you can go in and really pick a certain picture to stop it on. But this is a marketing landing page, which they can also fill out. And you can just copy this URL right here.
So where you just put that photo, Dan, are you saying that's where it's going to pop up?
No, it's going to pop up from the beginning.
Okay.
Unfortunately, it's pulling it from the MLS. So we don't really have, much choice on that. Now, if you do your own URL, create your own landing page inside Command, you can set up whatever picture you want. But I'm just doing this for a quick reference. This is an easy way to do it if you don't know anything else to do. You can just find it. You can also go on your Keller Williams landing page, like on your, I don't want to get out of this, but you can go into Command and look at your link and call up that home on your link. But some of the things I'm finding out about the Keller Williams page in the web page is it's not really showing our listed houses anywhere near the front page of Google. Google has all the pages. Sometimes you'll find it down on the 5th and 6th page. Sometimes you won't find it at all. So that's been sent up to tech, trying to find out why is that.
Well, and one of the benefits of using Command with landing pages versus some other platform or some other landing page is that when contacts go into your platform through that landing page, every time you can see what they're looking at, you can see that they're looking at your site. And you can if they start to save pages, you can even begin to see those things. You can see which listing you're looking at and all of that. So it really does integrate with the direction we're headed with artificial intelligence. It's brilliant.
It does. It does a nice job of that.
Yeah.
If they're actually looking in Google, for that house, you list that house. And if you actually go on it and try to find it in Google, from your Keller Williams site, you won't find it because it's not massaging it up to the top. And they're aware of it and they're working on it.
Yeah. But as we are helping people with Facebook ads, they're going to click through to the place we point them. They're not going to jump off of Facebook and go to a different tab and look at Google. They're going to look where we point them on Facebook.
Correct.
You're right. Yeah.
So I could have just as easily gone, I don't want to get out of this because I didn't set up a second Command page, but I could have just as easily gone on Command and either developed my own landing page or link to the site inside Command.
Question before you go too much farther. So this again is your own listing right now, or you're using Teresa's listing?
No, this one's mine.
Okay.
I could have used Teresa's. She told me I can use all I want.
Would you still use her name or your name though?
No, you're marketing it, not her.
So you get to use your name.
And I have a comment about that. So in January during Bold, we ran some ads, and I didn't have any listings at that point that I felt like I could advertise again. And actually, no, I was looking to do an open house. And I reached out to my friend Josh Redmond and asked if I could host an open house for him. Different broker, but I have a great relationship with him. He was fine with it, no worries. So I hosted an open house for Josh, and we were able to advertise his listing through Facebook in Command, created a landing page, captured leads. We spent $8.53, and we got several leads, and I just closed a buyer yesterday from that campaign, and he bought a house $220,000. I spent $8.53, got that lead and other leads as well. It works.
It does work. So while Cheryl was explaining that, I went to the Keller Williams website and pulled up my own webpage off of Keller Williams. Here is the link right off of Keller Williams webpage. And I went back in here and pasted that. Now when it comes in, it's going to drop it directly into Keller Williams. So you can do it either way. Right here, we're going to use custom settings. And
this is where you put it in different areas.
yeah, and you can target your database. I wouldn't do that. So if I want to target this down in Charlotte, North Carolina, okay, and I want to do a 20-mile radius around that, and I want to hit that. You can pick any city in the United States. It doesn't really matter. So if you're not picking up leads, appropriate leads, for example, those on the lake, well, maybe Lynchburg is not the place right now for that. Maybe it is. Maybe you want to run one Facebook ad where you're searching the surrounding areas, but you want another Facebook ad going that is searching Washington, D.C., or New York, or New Jersey.
Yeah, there's a lot of West Virginia, North Carolina. There's certain people that you go within a 4-mile radius or a 4-hour radius, and those people are the ones that buy at Smith Mountain Lake. So now you can target those people directly instead of just hoping that they see one of your listings. They can see any listing.
Right. And so, so you can add targeting. So let's just add some targeting. I'm just going to do a few of them. I've got a whole list that they're recommending. So let's just target Zillow right now. So anybody looking in Zillow, anybody looking in Realtor.com.
Dan, which button did you push to get to your options for targeting?
Okay, let me go back. So I added right here.
I can't see that. I'm on my phone. Add or change. Is that in the duration and budget tab?
It's in the Facebook ad.
Okay, in the channel options.
Right.
Okay, I see it now.
So we added we can add Trulia. We can add homes for sale. There's some I think you have to use houses now. I have a whole list for anybody that wants to look at it. Ones that I've looked at that really work well.
So this question, we've been running ads and have found that if we target Zillow and Realtor.com, that we get better traction than if we do Trulia or some of the others, just because most people are going to be looking at those places versus the Trulia. Have you seen that you're getting better traction by using Trulia?
You know, I've done it both ways. In your all you're doing is opening up anybody that was in Trulia. You're not taking away from anybody in any of the other ones. All you're doing is telling Facebook, if anybody is in Trulia, happen to be looking for homes, I want them to see mine. So it doesn't really take anything away from just saying Zillow, homes.com or realtor.com. It doesn't take anything away from it.
Well, most people that look on homes.com don't look on realtor.com. They look on realtor.com. It's funny. People have a certain platform they like. So I think grabbing all of them is probably a good idea. I don't think it's going to double up.
No, it won't. It won't double up at all. So these are just expert targeting. I mean, there's a list of people who have actually studied results in Command. Mortgage brokers, looking up mortgage brokers. You might want them to see your house if they're looking at mortgage brokers because they're thinking about buying a house. You know, you can just open up your mind to see. The one I did, the most recent one I did, I got 17 people hit Command in a matter of overnight. So that really isn't bad.
And what was your spend on that for those 17 people?
It's
Probably
like,
just $1 or $2.
no, it was like 41 cents.
Yeah. You guys, this is phenomenal. We have the opportunity to get our unfair share. Now, these are leads. These are not necessarily people who are, every one of them are going to sign up tomorrow, sign a buyer's agreement, and go buy a house with you. How many does it take to connect, Dan, and how many contacts does it take to convert? So, right, this is part of that process.
Yeah, and so, you know, I call this the modern day door knocking. This is like when we first started out and we were going from subdivision to subdivision, knocking on doors, and, you know, you got maybe one out of every couple hundred said, yeah, I'll talk to you. Most of them slammed the door in your face or said no and shut the door politely. This is like that. Now, I've been doing a lot of marketing in Market Leader for 6 years, and I've sold 65 homes. So I've sold over 10 homes a year in Market Leader, and I learned how to deal with these kind of leads. These are internet leads. And so, you know, saying less is better. And challenging them with a small question is much better. And but you're not going to get a home run every time. But you will develop a rapport, believe it or not. Because I've had some on Market Leader that after 5 years of being on my Market Leader, they'd call me and say, hey, Dan, we're ready to buy. And you're saying, oh my gosh, who is this? You know? And I finally realized, well, they're coming from Market Leader. And then I would start checking them. But, you know, they feel like they know you already because they're looking, and you're, you know, especially if you get them from Facebook to your web page and they start following your web page.
And also setting them up on smart plans. I mean, absolutely, that's a brilliant way. Touch it and forget it. If you can't do anything else, set them up on a smart plan.
Absolutely.
Several, and we should all be doing that.
Yeah, and I've got everybody that's in my database is on a smart plan. And they're on my Market Leader plan too. I just want them to know I'm here. And I don't have, you know, I have probably less than 0.1% actually bow out of mine. And now Market Leader tells you how many have actually opened it. And I average 56%. So that's pretty good. So this is just another avenue that's inexpensive, that's market focused, that can get you some business. So I'm going to save this, and then we're going to go down lastly,
Hey, Dan, can I remind everyone of something too?
sure.
So if you haven't done the Facebook command, Gary Keller is offering $25 off of off of a $100 campaign, so it'd be 75. And I am offering, even if you have used it, to pay $50 up to $100. So if you haven't used it and you get, $25 off, then you're at 75, and then I pay half of that. So, let's get this out there and put these, and these people go right to your database, but you have to use it to receive the benefit of it. And if you're still stumped on how to do it, reach out to Cheryl and Dan, because we have 2 technology ambassadors in our office that know so much, and we're blessed to have them.
Well, I don't know all the answers to Facebook. My guys can tell you I'm not a Facebook expert, but I can make this work real well.
You don't need to be a Facebook expert if you have the command Facebook.
Sure don't.
That's right. And just by way of an anecdotal evidence, so last year, I think it was at Mega Camp when they were talking about the Facebook ads, and this has only gotten better since then. So last year they said when they were putting this platform together with Facebook ads, they had some of the top teams in the country who were using Facebook at a very high level. And they said, okay, run your ads that you do in Facebook, run these ads and spend, do whatever, and then do the same thing in Command. And every single time Command outperformed the people who were using Facebook at a high level. Command outperformed every time.
Yeah.
So starting off with this, what would you guys recommend that I do for a spend? Also, I have 2 listings that I would love to take out to New York, DC, and out in the West Coast, 2 of my bigger listings. How would you recommend I target that?
Exactly the way I just did it.
So cities,
Mhm.
and then you just target the places where people are already looking, is what you're saying.
Right. And then right here, Keller Williams is recommending, if you look at the duration budget on the screen, we recommended 10 days campaign at a budget of $1 per day per channel. Now, what
is a channel exactly?
What they mean by channel is Facebook's a channel, Instanet's a channel, Twitter's a channel. That doesn't mean all the places that you're focusing on. That just means the different channels. Right now, you're only running 1 channel because we're only looking for Facebook. So if I only want to run a $30 budget, it would cost me $3 a day. Now, I personally do, when I do it, I always do 50, just because I want it to get in front of more people more frequently. And I find that gets me better results.
And here's what we've learned too, Dan, is that you can put a higher dollar amount on the early side. Or so let's say instead of saying, okay, I only want to spend $10, instead of saying that, like you're saying, let's spend $40 and make that your budget. They're going to spend more on the early side. You're going to get good results quick. And then you can monitor it. And if you've, and then you can stop it without doing the whole spend.
You can actually pause it.
Then, yeah, you can pause it, and then you can monitor your spend. And most of what we've heard is that well, of course, that was before the pandemic when people were home all the time, was to make sure some portion of your ad ran over the weekend. I think probably now it really doesn't matter because people are home all the time anyway.
So the last thing we're doing is we're going to save the budget. Now this ad could be saved as a draft, or we could actually publish this right now, which I'm going to do. I'm going to publish it because my people want to sell their house. Anyone looking for a modular on 11.92 acres? It's beautiful inside. Come on, I need bids.
Where is it? Where is it again?
Monroe.
Oh, yeah.
Great house. So I'll be expecting bids. So all we got to do now, before I go press this, before I press this, has anybody got any questions? Teresa, do you have any more?
Yeah, so here's a pretty elementary question, but I know people are going to ask. Where do you find your leads when they come over? Like I got mine on Kelly. They just popped into Kelly. Like the first campaign I did, I had got over 150 leads. When you get these leads, just know you're not going to get immediate gratification. So you need to work your leads, but I assume they're going into your database, Dan.
They are going into your database, and they do pop up, and they do say lead. And also right here, you see where the little bell is?
Mm-hmm.
You'll actually get a notice there as well.
So why don't you send this out? Because I want you guys, believe it or not, I've never seen something come over so fast in my life. Like when I did it, you wake up the next day and you have all these people in there.
I'm going to change my location so I can make this really.
And Dan, what do you think's the best way to reach out to them when you get the leads in? Like Messenger, which isn't working right on my phone right now, apparently, a text or email?
All right, get out of there.
Okay, before you do that, Dan, let me,
While you're in there, can you do multiple? Can you do multiple at the same time places?
It doesn't allow it yet, but that is something they're looking at.
let me tell you how to, before you address the best way to reach out to them, Dan, let me just say, when you go into command and you've run an ad and maybe you've missed the little red dot, it shows up as a tiny red dot on that bell, or you can see it also in Kelly. But the best way to find them is to go into contacts in command and click on the filter. So go into contacts, click on filters, and under, once you open it up, click on leads only and click apply. Contact, filters, leads only, apply, and then they're going to show up in there. So if you're trying to find them in your regular contacts, you may not see them and you'll be like, where are they? I've lost them.
Yeah.
I had somebody,
Yeah.
and I've done that before. Like I forget which view I'm on. So just make sure that you're looking at the right thing and check out the smart views, because a lot of times people say, oh, all my contacts are gone, I can't find them. And it's because the view is different. So always check the filters, clear your filters, click leads, apply, and then your leads will show up there.
Great. Thank you.
Okay. Any more questions on how to design one?
Dan, in destination where it says button to call to action label, what is that?
Where are you? I can't.
In section 2, it says destination.
You mean add text?
No, it's saying set a destination for people viewing your ad. We recommend using the Facebook lead generation form.
Yeah,
But the drop down, it's saying learn more, sign up now, or apply. What do you have for that?
Learn more.
Okay. And then obviously you're using your market leader and your command.
Well, actually, I use the URL in command as the base. And I just use, when you use the Facebook sheet to fill out, you get a lot more responses because it's already filled out for them. In other words, they don't have to actually enter it in. It's filled out when they do their Facebook ad or Facebook, when they own a Facebook page.
I don't know what you're talking about with that. Where and what?
See if I can get back up there. You see this say where it says use Facebook lead generation form?
Yes.
That's what you want to use.
Okay.
Not to use a site or a landing page. We want to use their form. It's still going to go to command when it comes through. We're still going to capture it. But that form is pre-filled out because they already own a Facebook page. They don't have to go in and fill it out. That's the beauty of it.
I think we're using landing pages more than the Facebook, but I'll confirm that and let you know. And we're still getting all the contact information. So I don't know. I'll confirm that and let you know in a follow-up.
Yeah, all of the classes that I've attended, and this is what they've stated, and I have to go on their opinion. They've said use the Facebook lead generation form because it's not requiring the consumer to fill out anything, and they're more likely to hit learn more because they know they don't have to fill out something. But yet it's collecting it. As soon as they hit learn more, we're collecting it from Facebook. So,
Dan, can you answer that question, please? What's the best way to reach out?
you know, I'd like to defer that question to, hey, Laura, are you on this?
Maybe we could schedule a separate, maybe coffee talk next week. We could do a follow-up on smart plans and some of the follow-ups that would be helpful.
Yeah, because
It could
Laura,
be a whole hour-long conversation.
yeah, Laura's having really good
Okay,
success.
great.
Laura Wynn's having really good success with it. You know, I just use, when I do it, I follow up with them on well, if they leave a phone number, I follow up on the phone. I also give them a short email with a few questions like, did you want a 3-bedroom or a 4-bedroom? And I don't get any further than that. And I say, let me hear from you. And I usually get answers. Are you wanting this particular zip code, or would you be interested in this zip code as well? And
Are you doing that in a smart plan, or are you doing those manually?
I'm following up on the lead. This is a lead follow-up. I still give them a smart plan. That just
So your follow-up is manual.
Yeah, I do my follow-up according to my system.
Gotcha.
And but I still leave them in smart plans too, so that they're getting something from me, keeping my name in front of them. But on this ad, I actually follow up with them specifically. And I'll eventually get them to respond to me. And once they respond to you, then they become more, I don't know, it just becomes a lot easier to get them to talk to you.
Mm-hmm.
But that's all I do.
Because when I click to do the Facebook Messenger, it doesn't pop up. But if I do text to their phone, it does. So I just don't want to freak them out.
Hey guys, I have to bug off for another appointment. I'm so sorry. Great session, Dan. Thank you.
Me too.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and
Thank you.
publish-
Thank you.
Thank you, Cheryl.
I'm going to publish this.
Thank you, Cheryl.
Thanks, Cheryl. And you must have your credit card already in there. And I'm going to create the campaign. And it's going to tell me, I want to show you all this so you see it. Eventually, come on. So it gives me a green bar. That's a good sign. And now it says pending review. So it'll start tomorrow, pending review. So if Facebook doesn't find that I've done anything wrong, they will send it on its way. Okay, Teresa?
That was amazing, Dan. Thank you very much.
I hope y'all got something out of it.
And guys, if you have any questions, let's not just not do it, let's reach out and get this done. And before you go on with your day, practice this and get a campaign out. And remember, if you don't have listings, use somebody else's, because all agents are trying to sell their home.
try to use the agents in our company. Because if you go outside our company, you're probably going to have to ask permission.
So I see that this says recording. Are you going to post it, or could I have recorded this myself?
It's being recorded, and as soon as I'm finished, I'll send it to Shalaya, and she'll put it up on YouTube.
Yeah, thank you.
So the ones I've missed would be Shalaya?
Yes.
Dan, I have a question. How do we pull in another person's listing? Where it says add a listing, how do we go and find someone else's listing from the agency?
You have to go in to see all listings.
All right, so I hit add a listing,
You have to be in
And
see
then-
all listings.
all listings. Okay, I see it.
Then you can go down
How
on the
do I
left,
know which one?
well, go on the left-hand
I
side
see.
and then pull up somebody's name.
Okay, all right,
Well,
thank you.
Go ahead and do mine, and that way I'll get it sold. Don't do Teresa's.
So I have to look-
No, don't do
What's the
mine.
address of yours?
What you ought to do is go over there
Dan,
and
what's
grab all
the
those,
address on yours?
go grab all those $1 million lake listings. Those are the ones you want to send out.
Yeah,
Send them
one
out
of
to-
those will set you up for the year.
Guys, do my 517 Washington Street and my 1769 High Peak Road. I would really appreciate that. Need to get it to Washington, and High Peak should really get out to the West Coast. Thank you.
And this is a good way when you're getting listings to you could actually sit down and just show a quick version or do some screenshots of this and show people that you're getting listings how you market compared to how other agents market. And the fact that every agent, there's 110 realtors in our office, and we can all market each other's listings. So you just don't have you marketing the listings, you have 110 people.
And also, if you notice the new when you go into campaigns, there's a new shot there, a new page that actually shows you a recap of which ads have done the best for you.
How do you do that, Dan?
I'll go back in it, hang on. So when you go back into the dashboard, it tells you right now now I haven't been advertising that much. It tells you which posts came up, which ones did the best, how much you spent, how many leads, and over here on the right, it's going to let you know which accounts did the best, which actual advertisement did the best. I've seen the video on what they did when they made it, and it was pretty incredible. Because they were actually, the nice thing about what Keller Williams has done is they've actually hired Facebook people. And who knows more about Facebook than Facebook people? And so they've gotten a lot of input from them on the ways we can monitor and the ways we can make it better. So, and
Hey,
they
Zach.
are a premier partner.
Which is why it's working better with Command than if you're just out there doing it yourself. Because I've done Facebook marketing and I didn't get anything back. I mean, it was just kind of waste of money. And I hired a company to do it, and I was still wasting my money. So for some reason, which we don't know why, but for some reason, the Command Facebook is working better. I just want to remind you guys that Red Day is coming up. I'm ordering everyone a mask, a Facebook mask, who is signed up to participate. So make sure you respond to Crystal, Shalaya, Cheryl, Dan, myself, what you want to do. But we're really doing a red week, not Red Day. And we're going to have different things that we can all do depending on your comfort level. If you're comfortable going out, we're going to be packing lunches for the children. We're asking for monetary donations. We're asking for food donations. But we're also going to be doing Habitat for Humanity once they open back up, which will be really fun to get out there and help build a house.
I want to do that.
I know, isn't that sound fun?
I want to help with that.
We have
I've done
contacted.
it before when I lived in Richmond. I loved it.
Well, good. Well, then we need to all get on these volunteer lists, and we're also getting donations for teddy bears and stuffed animals to put in the police officer and first responder cars, so that when they come up to a domestic violence or something like that, where they have something where they can give the children to hold on to. So there's
I'm
just
not
different
sure.
things that we're doing. We're not doing the same things, but we're doing a coat and blanket drive for next winter. If you're digging out your closets and doing spring cleaning, let's get those in there.
I'm not sure I've seen a list yet, Teresa.
We are putting it together, but I want to
Oh.
make everyone aware that it's coming out.
Okay.
I have a call with Hope and Cheryl this afternoon to finalize it. And then, and then the last thing we're doing is we're creating Keller's Closet. And that is going to be a nonprofit where we are going to put together, bring in your work clothes, things. I'll bring all the ones I outgrew while I was on COVID. And we're going to have, hairdressers volunteering. We're going to do coaching and scripting on how they can interview, everything we can think of to get people, whether it's a guy who's getting out of prison that's trying to change his life, or females that are in domestic violence, or they're trying to single mothers. So we're just trying to give back because we've been given so much. I think it's a wonderful way to give back. But these are some of the things we have coming up throughout the year that I just thought I would, just let you know about. But we are going to be sending out the list for everyone. And yes, Habitat for Humanity is going to be a fun one.
Okay, that's all I had. Anybody else? Teresa?
Thank you guys so much for participating in these calls. It just shows that you're serious about your business and you're just, serious about life, and we appreciate you so much. Stay safe out there.
Hey, Teresa,
Uh-huh.
I have one quick question for you. I've been really noticing your Facebook pages recently, and they're much stronger than they were in the past. Are you doing this through your command?
I'm doing some of it through command, and then I do have a girl who does send out, a lot of my listings. And, and I think that what's happening is through doing the command Facebook, and that it's just bringing them all forward. To be honest with you, I've noticed it too.
Yes, it's incredible.
Like, where are these things coming? But I think it's because I'm doing both. And
Okay.
somehow it's pulling it up. But I agree with you. I have seen that.
They look incredible. Thank you.
Thank you. I wanted to
Leah's
let
doing a great job with that.
I wanted to let y'all know real quickly too. Nanette Turner has been doing some events out at 5th and Federal where they're doing like tailgate parties. If anyone's bored, they just want to go grab something to eat and sit in their car. They're having live music this Saturday starting at 2:00. If we love for people to join us, but absolutely do not do it if you're uncomfortable with the COVID or you have health issues. But people are just sitting in their car and sitting in their trunks and listening to good music. So it's been kind of fun. It was the first time that I actually got out of my house besides work. So
Are you going to do it this Saturday?
yes, yep. Tracy and I will be there this Saturday, and we hope to see you guys there. Anyone that can come on out, but it's probably going to be like from 2 to 6, something like that.
I know they have good food.
They do have good food, yes. So you can order food. It's in the parking lot next to them. And you can walk over and grab a drink and get some food. But you can bring your own little, cheese and crackers and snacks yourself too. But the band is phenomenal. They were actually on, was it American Idol, I think? So he didn't make it on American Idol, but you have to be pretty good to get on there. So hope to see you guys there, and y'all have a safe and blessed week. Thanks for joining us.
All right.
Thank you, everyone.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you, Dan.
You're welcome. Bye, guys.
Thank you, Dan.
Bye.